it's not quite there yet, okay? So I feel like your intuition and your emotions, the way they're connecting right now, you're needing to kind of not overthink, kind of be very like casual and relaxed, because it's I feel like whatever's going on that's causing some sort of pressure, it's kind of blocking your intuitive qualities. And you know, with the Queen of Cups here in reverse, I mean, this is already the potential where you're already like very emotionally enriched with that, with all the benefits of, you know, that water energy. And I feel like, you know, just allowing this process with these desires and this passion of wanting to create this solid structure and foundation where it can allow you to flourish in your own insights, whatever that may be for you. If you're using your intuition for, you know, this, that, and the other, you'll know what that is for you. However, you have been going through this inner growth phase, and you need to, you know, just kind of like, you know, trust a little bit, but also relax, don't overthink. That way your intuition can guide you and give you a little more comfort, okay? So that's what I want to say about this month for you, Scorpio. And I hope that was helpful. So now, Scorpio, we are going to pull a crystal water oracle card. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the affirmation on each card that's connected with a certain element. And we'll put, you know, whether it comes out as fire, earth, water, air, we'll kind of use that elemental factor to charge into the affirmation, and whatever water crystal appears on whatever card we pull, we're going to kind of meditate on the water crystal and the affirmation, and put, if it's, let's say if it's an air water oracle, or if it's a water oracle, we're gonna like charge the card with that element to give it that particular resonance and that kind of give it that distinct charge. Okay, so whatever element it is, it will be for that purpose. You know, water's healing, air is communication, fire is you know, strength, drive, like passion, energy. You know, earth is groundedness. So it's going to put that element into the water. So let's get a card. So this is your water crystal for this month of December, and it's called Stonehenge, and it's earth. So this is, if we think of Stonehenge and we think of earth, Stonehenge is, it's almost like this sacred formation of these really strong boulders, right? So, you know, you're trying to build, but the purpose for Stonehenge is we're going to think of something very kind of sacred, that enhouses a lot of power and has this grounded quality where it's almost like we're thinking about drawing in power that is going to help create something very concrete, I would say. Yes. So, yeah, this is the crystal, the water crystal. You can see how the different, the way it's formed is through the sound, the resonance, the affirmation, and it's all for the greatest good. So it's a very harmonious formed crystal, which will be for good intent as we meditate on it. And we're going to use some water or your favorite beverage you can put in a glass. So I have my glass right here, and you're going to flip the card where the crystal's on top, and then you're going to remember the earth element, groundedness, and then Stonehenge, everything it represents, you know, this very, very like strong, like powerful, you know, foundation that can create something very concrete, and that just kind of like draws a lot of power, you know. So we're going to set the water on the card and then hold the glass and the card, and then we're going to just close our eyes, and then we're going to meditate on the card, and we're going to kind of just draw in the energy of, you know, what Stonehenge means for you, and the earth element, which is, you know, a lot of, you know, sacred, sacred foundation, a sacred space where you can feel safe, where you can kind of ritualistically create and manifest something that is going to be, you know, profoundly good in your life and in the world. So you're going to kind of just relax, and you're going to draw the energy from the card into the water, and you're going to also think about, you know, the affirmation of what Stonehenge means for you, and you're going to kind of take that in, and you're going to push it out into the world so that everyone and everything, all in existence, can feel this energy of what this beautiful place of a Stonehenge, what it means, which is basically just sacred space, which everyone needs sacred space. So you're going to think about, you know, sacred space. You're going to think about earth, groundedness. Everyone needs to feel safe and needs a sacred space to do so, you know, for all kinds of reasons, to recharge, to rest, you know, to, you know, put out good intention. So we're going to take that in, and we're going to kind of radiate this energy throughout our body and kind of, you know, push it outward through our auric field, this energy, so it can kind of just, you know, transpire throughout time and space for the greatest good. Take a couple of breaths, take your time, meditate, take as much time as you need. And then once we're done, we're going to, you know, take the water and we're going to pour a little bit on the earth. Okay, whether that's on a body of water, the ground, whatnot, as long as it can go into the earth, because there's water crystals in the water. So we're infusing this water and we're charging it with the intention of what's on the card, the element, and we're meditating on the beautiful water crystal and making sure that the crystals are very harmonious. So once that energy is put out into the world, it will be for a certain kind of purpose, but it will also be for the greatest good. Okay, so now for this part of the horoscope, we're going to draw a regular tarot card from my Rider-Waite deck, and I'm going to elaborate just a little bit on the transit of Jupiter through Pisces. And for you, Scorpio, it's going to happen in your 5th house. So, you know, everything that the 5th house entails, just really stuff that brings you a lot of joy, adventure, your artistry, something that kind of just brought you childhood joy, and something that can ultimately bring a lot of abundance in your life. So that's pretty much what the 5th house, the 5th house is a very bright spot in the astrological wheel, and Jupiter will be moving through that for you when it goes into the sign of Pisces. So let's get a card and just kind of have something to elaborate on, you know, just to give us some not only hope, but a little excitement. So let's see what comes to us. Jupiter in Pisces for Scorpio in the 5th house. Let's see. I'm going to pull this card. And it's the 7, or it's actually the 8 of Pentacles upright. So, yeah, for you, I feel like, you know, tying this whole read together, it does correlate, even though I did sound a little bit, a little jarring, where it wasn't quite definite of what it is that this read speaks of. But as I correlated it to you as Scorpio, it's going to make perfect sense, because we all have our own life path, and we're all in our different points in our life. We all have our own story. So you're going to understand what it is that is being, you know, manifested. And with the 8 of Pentacles upright, this is something that you're going to have a lot of joy and passion and just excitement around building. So it's almost, you know, within your 5th house, when Jupiter goes in there, it's like you get so ingrained into what it is that you're doing. You're like, wanting to go to work. You're wanting, because the Pentacles is a work card, and the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 is very structured in nature, and it's like what you like to kind of get your hands in and do physically. And there's a lot of, you know, and then the 8 of Pentacles is what you really like to do that excites you, and the 5th house is, you know, what you like to do that excites you. So it's just this double energy of just really having, and then Jupiter, that's such a positive, you know, planet, as far as it really brings a lot of abundance and joy to whatever house it goes into. It can expand things, of course. And I mean, you know, the 5th house, you can expand that as much as you want. It's a great house to play in, live in, actually. So, you know, I feel like for you, it's just going to be ultimately simply just something that you really love to do, and you enjoy putting the hard work and effort into, and it doesn't feel like work. It feels like something that just kind of like fills your love tank up for what it is that you like to invest your time and energy into. And I'm sure whatever, you know, comes from it is going to be great, because you're putting your labor of love and your you know, you like to do it, so you're going to put that energy into your work, and people will get the greatest benefit from it. You will benefit from it most of all, okay? So Scorpio, that is your Spirit's horoscope for the month of December 2021. As always, take care, and I will see you again next month. Thanks.